Welcome back to another Lost Ark video. I mean, I haven't put any content up for about 11 days, which is funny because Lost Ark came out 11 days ago, and I've been playing it a lot. It is absolutely fantastic, and it's kind of everything I would have hoped Lost Ark would be in terms of the end game. It's excellent. Yes, there are issues. We're going to talk about those issues, but overall, it's the best PvE experience I've had since I did raids in Destiny 1. It's brilliant. So let's break down why it's so good, why it promises to get so much better by getting lost just a little bit more in the world of Lost Ark. Okay, so at its core, Lost Ark has a fantastic gameplay experience. The combat is engaging, the various types and styles of raids are all fantastic, and the endgame content has a nice amount of variety into it for all types of players. But we have to talk about the elephant blocking the door to the room, and that is the servers. Let's just be honest, somebody somewhere messed up. There's no other way to put it. The issues aren't anywhere near as bad in North America, but in the EU, the situation is dire. Now, just to be clear, I've not had it anywhere near as bad as the vast majority of EU players. That's because I get up and log in super early, around 8:30 AM, 9 AM every morning. There's never a queue. However, going off chat, going off Discord, going off the official Lost Ark servers, there are queues going anywhere from 3 hours to 7 hours. Now on Saturday today, where the queue did seem to go down a bit quicker, I queued for about 3 hours to get in, and that's like a good day, and you know, that is just unacceptable. Now to add to this, if that isn't bad enough, you wait 6 hours to get into Lost Ark. The matchmaking is dead. I mean, the matchmaking just isn't working. They're having issues, the amount of people. We keep getting location errors. It's bad. I mean, on the weekdays from about 1 PM, so not even peak times, but from 1 PM, the matchmaking just refuses to find anybody. You have to re-matchmake about, I'll be generous, I'm going to say 20 times. I think it's closer to probably 30 or 40 times, and eventually you'll get in. It's even worse on weekends. Today I got in, logged in about 8:30, and then about 10:30 AM, the matchmaking started dying. And you know, this is a situation that just needs resolving quickly. I think Amazon should be giving a much bigger incentives to get people to move to the new region they've created, which is EU West from EU Central. That includes power passes, royal crystals, the whole thing, because this game is insanely good, and it pains me to see it struggling with servers like this, because it's just going to put people off, and people need to experience what I've been experiencing, especially in the last few days with the tier 2 abyss raids and the dungeons there, which have just been fantastic. I'm not even fully in tier 3 yet, I'm not there yet, but it's excellent what I've experienced so far. Now, should you move servers? I would highly recommend, if you're below level 50, move. If all your friends are on EU Central, should you move? Nah, probably not. I mean, you should probably just wait it out and see what happens. As I said before, you know, when the streamers kind of move off Lost Ark, and when the giveaway ends for these drops on the 28th, I do believe you'll see a downturn in players, like you always do after initial release. So I think that, you know, you could wait, what is it, 9 more days? See how it turns out. I think that's what Amazon are banking on as well, to be quite honest with you. Okay, so when you actually get into Lost Ark, you've got through the queues, you've got through the matchmaking, you're playing. What is it like? It's brilliant. It's honestly, it's brilliant. Everything is just great. The systems that are in place, you can tell this game's been made A, with a lot of love, and B, over a couple of years, which is, you know, we're getting a finished game, and you can tell when you play it. There's so many fantastic systems. There's so much thought put into the dungeons and the raids and the mechanics, into the engravings, into the builds, into the end game loop, you know, into the side content, into the skill point system. There's so much thought put into it. It all just works really, really well when you get in. The use of side content to further increase your account and your skills on every character you create is a brilliant way to make people engage with side content, with islands, with a ton of stuff like that, and therefore it populates the world as well. So the world just always feels alive, and they've done an excellent job of that. Today, you know, the matchmaking wasn't working, so I just went into the different continents, got my skill point potions from the Adventure Tome books, and I felt like I'd accomplished something, I'd achieved something. I'd got like 12 or 15 more skill points today just by running around and doing the odd PvE things, picking up a few books here and there, etc, etc. And that's brilliant, because I don't feel like that's a waste of time. That's going to benefit me. It's going to give my skills maybe 5% more damage in the end game, so it's well worth it. They also do little tweaks to the normal mundane MMO stuff that just keeps you engaged. Just simple example, dailies. All the games, all MMOs nowadays have dailies, right? But in Lost Ark, there's a couple of dailies where if you keep doing them, you get loads of secret stuff, like skill point potions or engraving books, if you keep doing the same dailies again and again. And that's a brilliant way to reward people. They know dailies can be a bit monotonous, so why not engage people? Your 30th 2-key daily, you know, you get a skill point potion. Brilliant. You know, fantastic. Or is it a giant heart? Something like that. Anyway, but they both all feed back into the end game loop, and that's great. The 4 and 8 man raids all offer extremely challenging scenarios, with players being forced to recognize patterns, telegraphs, and tells in order to get out alive. The new mechanics and the different raids, meaning the fights are like they always feel fresh and exciting. I love the fact that you get together as a team and you work it out and you start talking about where things have gone wrong, who made errors, how to fix the errors. When I finished I believe it was the underwater one, the last boss, the kind of like what was he? He was like a Zeus underwater kind of boss. We killed him. God, I haven't felt like that, I'd say, in 5 years playing PvE games. It was fantastic. Some slight niggles. Look, it's part of the game. It's not going anywhere. I'm not a huge fan of the gear owning process. I think I'll come in for some sharp criticism, especially when the majority of the player base get to the back end of tier 1. I think they could have done with leaving it out of tier 1. Having it in tier 2 and 3 is fine. You know, you don't want people to push all the way to the end. You want them to engage with the loop. You want them to engage with the gameplay and the mechanics and learn. And I think that's what tier 1 and tier 2 is. It's teaching players about what the mechanics and what the raids are and how they're going to work, so when you go to tier 3 you're prepared. So I understand why it's in tier 2. I feel in tier 1 it was a bit harsh, if I'm being honest with you. But yeah, I could talk more. There's so much more. Strongholds, PvP. I actually spent all day today doing PvP. There was a weekly which gives 24 harmony stones, which I really need at the moment to upgrade. So I did PvP and I really enjoyed it. So now I've got this itch to scratch for PvP now. I need to build a PvP class. I've got an artillerist, which is good at this level, but I think later on it's not going to be as good. So I might need to have another class for PvP. But honestly, brilliant. I did boss rush today. I did the cube today for extra materials. There's so much to do. There's so much to talk about. The game is huge. I mean, there is a ridiculous amount of content. On top of that, they've not even released all of tier 3. There's new raids coming out every month. There's 6 new classes, I believe, to come out. It's mental. I'm blown away by the experience I've had so far. It's excellent. I can't wait to see where it goes. But that's it, really. They're my thoughts, sorry, on Lost Ark. I haven't made a video on YouTube in about 9 days or 10 days because I've just been playing non-stop. I can't wait to get back into it. I can't wait to start tier 3 and we get into more of the engravings and kind of the skills you get on your gear, and there's so much to talk about. But yeah, that's it. That's my initial thoughts on Lost Ark. I know some people are really unhappy about the server situations. I believe give it 9 days, the server situation will have sorted itself out. We'll see how it goes. This weekend hasn't been great, but the queue times are coming down quicker. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Thank you for watching. That's my thoughts on my first 10 days with Lost Ark. Peace.